Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
Today, we're going to talk about Chennedy Carter's assault on Marina Mabrey and the Connecticut Sun's 82-80 victory over the Chicago Sky. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. So, for background information, Marina Mabrey used to play for Chicago Sky. She got traded a few games ago because she didn't like the environment there. She never gave exact details, but she wanted out of Chicago Sky. And she got traded. She's a good all-around player, and she can hit the three-point shot. So this is the first game since she got traded, playing against Chicago Sky, her old team. And Chennedy Carter, everybody knows who she is. She's the one that gave the hip check to Caitlin Clark. And she, in this particular game in the first quarter, she assaulted Mabrey. What happened was Mabrey was going up for a shot. The ball was still at her waist, and she got karate chopped right in her head, which apparently hit her nose. To me, it looks like it hit the side of her head, but it hit her nose too.
Yeah, she hit her nose.
So you could tell that. And a flagrant one was called, which I disagree with completely. I thought it should have been a flagrant 2, and she should have been thrown out of the game. What did you think, Rob?
Well, you were being polite about it, Mark. That was just a regular, punkish, thuggish move by her. It seems like a revenge for whatever they had grievances on the team. And it seems like she was going to do that her first chance. It was like a karate chop. Had no basketball. It shouldn't be anything but connected to basketball. She should have been thrown out of the game, and the coach should have said something to her and not played the rest of the game. This is what really annoys the hell out of me, Mark.
Right. Well, we know that Teresa Weatherspoon does not handle situations like this properly, because last time when Carter did it against Caitlin Clark and she didn't even get a flagrant 1, she just got her off the ball foul, which was bizarre. It should have been a flagrant 2. She didn't do anything. She didn't say anything. And then she didn't say anything after the game. She didn't say anything until 2 days later. So we know she handles these things poorly. And also, Angel Reese jumped up and cheered, and she didn't discourage her from doing that. So she's not a good coach. We'll talk about that in another video. And she shouldn't be coaching in this league.
I'm sorry, Mark, to interrupt you, but with the way Carter, she's been known to do that. I mean, if I was a coach, maybe it's going to be an emotional game, and maybe since how the way she is mentally, she could have gone to her and said, hey, I know this is an emotional game for you, but keep it on the low.
Right. Well, Rob, there is video of them huddling around while they're reviewing this in the tape, and the coach had a smile on her face. So I don't know what to say. All I know is this is an easy flagrant 2. The league needs to upgrade this, which they have the authority to do, and they need to suspend Carter for 2 games. They made a mistake last time by not upgrading to a flagrant 2. They should have suspended her for a game for that one too. She should have been thrown out that particular game.
Exactly.
They made a mistake. They didn't do it. And now she only has 1 flagrant 1 and 1 flagrant 1 again, and she should have 2 flagrant 2s. And Rob, I think you looked this up. If you get 4 flagrants total, because 2 plus 2 is 4, it doesn't be 4 flagrant fouls, but 4 points. You get it. Then when you get a flagrant 1, you get a suspension automatically, as opposed to no automatic suspension with the flagrant 1.
Right.
So she should be in danger of that, but honestly, she should be thrown out of the league.
Yeah, this what drives me nuts. She's a fantastic, talented ball player. Why does she have to resort to something like that? What is that proof for her? Or, it's a very selfish act also, because you're hurting the team. So they lost by 2 points. So those foul shots could have determined the winning of the game right there. It's on her.
Right. Well, I think Mabrey left because of her, and that's what this beef's about. But Mabrey's never said, "I'm leaving because I hate Chennedy Carter." I think she went. I don't know if she's a big fan of Angel Reese or not. I know she threw the ball to her to try to keep the double streak going, Mabrey. So it's unclear to me why she left. But I think this kind of tells you why she left.
I think the atmosphere there is unfortunately, is totally on Angel Reese getting her walking double doubles and not winning ball games.
Right. They lost. She got her 20 points, but she was 3 for 12. And meanwhile, she gets more shots than Cardozo. And Cardozo is a much better shooter percentage-wise. Although Cardozo did get her 37 minutes at the same time as Angel Reese, so she did get played this game before. It looks like she gets played fewer minutes, so Angel Reese can get her rebounds and her minutes.
Yeah.
But this is unfortunate. I mean, just so you know, Carter was in the league a few years back. She got thrown out for wanting to fight her teammate over something. And then she got thrown off another team for problems with teammates. She went over to Europe, and I understand she got suspended there for something. And then she came back here, and you'd think she'd be on her best behavior because she got thrown off 2 teams, but she's already done 2 thuggeries so far. And she needs to be thrown out of the league, Rob. This is not basketball, and you can't have this. The fans don't want to see this.
So I mean, I do blame her and the way she acts, but then if this person needs help, she definitely needs mental help. So I think the league should get into where players like this have anger control and maybe get into some therapy, which would help out.
Rob, that's what should have happened last time. Not because that wasn't one incident. They twice she showed that she's emotionally immature. And when she did that to Caitlin Clark, that's when they should have started the therapy for her. So they said, hey, look, we're giving you a chance. We thought you were okay. You came back. We thought you'd be on your best behavior, and you're not. You're out of control. So you're suspended for a game, flagrant 2. This is last time. This is what I would have done. Flagrant 2, upgrade, suspended for a game, and said get some therapy for your anger management and stuff like that. And they didn't do that. And now they should really do it, Rob. And they should suspend her for 2 games. And I would throw her out of the league, actually. But they didn't set it up properly by giving her flagrant 2 last time.
Well, for me, I don't think the 2-game suspension is going to change her attitude. It's not going to change. She's not going to change overnight just because of 2 games.
I'm not sure she's ever going to change, but that's another story. Draymond Green didn't really change, did he?
No.
Draymond Green never changed.
No.
With his thuggery. Finally he stopped kicking people in the nuts.
Yeah.
But that was after he just got suspended in a finals playoff game. That finally woke him up. He did like 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying. These people that do this, it's a total selfish act. You don't care about the team. I mean, so like for me, as a teammate, I'd be like, I don't want you on my team. You obviously don't care about us. You just care about getting off on your little tantrum that you want to have against a player. What does that to do with me? Basketball is a team sport, so you're hurting us. People are saying, "Oh, I'm glad to have them on this type of player on the team." No, I'm not glad to have this type of player on the team because it hurts us.
Right. And Mabry got a revenge, Rob, because she was the star of the game.
Yeah.
She wasn't the only one that played well, but she came off the bench and played 25 minutes, was 9 for 13, 5 for 7 in threes, and added 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, and only 1 turnover. And she scored 24 points, and she was a plus 10. And for the game, the team was only a plus 2. So she was the key to them winning. Carter didn't have a bad game, but she should have been thrown out in the first quarter. She was 7 for 18 and 19 points and had 6 rebounds and 4 assists.
Right.
But she eventually fouled out. And turns out that later in the game, she kind of grabbed Alyssa Thomas, and that was her 6th foul. But she wasn't called for flagrant 1 on that one either, Rob, because these refs are terrible. And it's unbelievable that these refs can't figure out that in order to control the player's behavior, you have to be stricter with their calls.
Right. As a referee.
This is another example.
Right. That's what I'm telling you. As a referee, especially with rival games or intense games, you knew this was going to be an intense game. You got to set the standard early. And so you're not going to put up with this and let the players know. So that first flagrant 1 should have been flagrant 2, should have been right there. It should have said, okay, she's out of the game. Anybody else? We're not going to have this, because referees, the same thing, like I tell you, it's a reflection on you. So if you're not calling this or you're not, taking control of the game, that deflects on you as a referee.
Rob, here's the definition for sake of completeness. A flagrant 1 is unnecessary contact committed by a player against an opponent. And a flagrant 2 is the same thing, but the word excessive before contact. So it's unnecessary and excessive contact committed by a player against an opponent. How is this not excessive? She didn't play the ball at all, and she just whacked her in the head on purpose. That's excessive. This is an easy flagrant 2. In the NBA, it would have had a flagrant 2, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you that this league is poorly officiated and has no desire to take out the physicality of the league, which is crazy because for 2/3 of a season now, all the new fans, which is the only way this league's ever going to make money, is the new fans, is saying, we don't like all this physicality. Please take it out. We want to see players who have athletic ability shine because it's more exciting. Right. And they're not doing it because the commissioner is incompetent, and we're going to talk about that in another video. But that's what this is all about. This is about the refs not taking control and not taking the physicality of the game, and the commissioner not telling the refs to do that because the commissioner controls the refs. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of factors, Mark. The player, coach, and commissioner. Those factors go into how the WNBA should be run. And then they're running it poorly. I mean, you can see not just one. We talk about Clark with advertising, but now they're running it poorly, even in showing what their product should be.
This whole league is a cesspool. The commissioner is incompetent. The refs are incompetent. About a third of the coaches are bad attitude. Mm-hmm. And they're a bunch of crybabies in this league. And they're self-entitled. And I don't know if I can say anything positive about the league. Chief marketing officer doesn't know what he's doing. Give me one positive thing about this league.
Yeah, there was.
Seriously, what else is there? Commissioner, marketing office, the refs, the coaches, the players. There's nothing left.
The only positive thing that I could think of, Mark, was the All-Star game when they played against the Olympic team. That was the only thing I liked. But besides that, even that was.
But did the league have anything to do with that? Other than the fact that it was a cool concept, having the Olympic team play the All-Stars, that's about it.
Yeah, and they have Cheryl Miller coach the NBA All-Stars against them. That was it. That's what I'm saying. That's about it.
This league is not getting any better. It's getting worse. Yeah. This shows you would think that the refs learned their lesson when they improperly called the Kennedy Carter one an off-the-ball foul and got upgraded afterwards. Because when it gets upgraded afterwards, the league's saying, hey, you did a poor job on this call. So the other refs should be on notice. Okay, we got to call it tougher. Well, they didn't learn their lesson on this one. That is such an easy flagrant 2 call. What more do you have to do besides punch the person in the mouth to get a flagrant 2? I'm flabbergasted.
I'm surprised Clark didn't get a flagrant 2 for punching the object. Yeah, she should have got a flagrant. The way she marked, she wound up and really gave that thing a punch, Mark.
Well, Stanchion didn't complain, so I guess that's why they didn't throw her out.
It looked pretty violent, though, Mark.
I know. Oh yeah, if Clark had done this, flagrant 3, and it doesn't even exist.
Right. Just make it up as
flagrant 3, and you're thrown out of the league, which would bankrupt the league, of course, because I think the league would be less popular. If that happened. Think about that. If Clark got thrown out of the league or just left to go to Europe and said, the heck with this league.
Mark, Mark, they don't need her. They don't need Caitlin Clark. First off, they didn't know that this was going to happen, that this phenomenon of her coming in was going to happen. So what's the difference if she wasn't in the league? Because their league is already top notch. So they didn't really need Caitlin Clark to build up all this excitement and fan view. They didn't need her.
Well, that's the thing, Rob. If let's say something happens to Caitlin Clark and it's a cheap shot, and she just says, "Oh, F this league. I'm not going to have my career engine. I want to be the best player in the WNBA history." And that's the only reason she wants to stay in this league. Besides, she's got all these endorsements that are U.S.-based companies. And she leaves for Europe, like the best league in Europe, whatever it is, French league. And don't you think the WNBA is going to be less popular than before she entered? Yeah, they built up a little bit. People are going to be so ticked off. Even the ones who started following people other than Caitlin Clark, they're going to say, My God, this league couldn't protect the star player. And it's not just her. It's like you got to protect the whole league. There was a game where Asia Wilson got hit 3 times in the face, and she was bleeding, and only one of them was called a foul.
Yeah, this is not, like I said, this is not just, like on Caitlin Clark. It's for the other players. They're not protecting their players at all.
And Alyssa Thomas strangled, chokehold on Angel Reese and threw her to the ground, and she got thrown out of the game. She should have been suspended for another game. In addition to that, that's another example of them not cracking down on the excessive physicality of the league, which they're proud of. And physicality is not a good word. They think it is, and I don't think it is a good word. And I don't think the fans think it's a good word. And until they understand that physicality is not a badge of honor, but a negative word that they should get out of their league, they're always going to struggle, Rob. That league's always going to struggle. The cesspool they're just dumb business people.
Yeah. Well, exactly. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's not working. They got to change. Like I said, Mark, this year, I keep on saying, this is the year to change it, because you got new products of players coming in soon, about 2-3 years. And if you still are producing or promoting this type of product, if I'm a young player, I'm like, I don't want to go to the WNBA. I'm not going to go in there and get myself beat up. I'm going to go over and play over in Europe and make more money.
No, I thought of that, Rob, when I saw how they treated Caitlin Clark, especially for the first 10 games, where she's just getting mugged and everything and no foul calls. And you're a mother of a little girl who idolizes Caitlin Clark. I don't even know if I'd encourage her to play basketball, because they'd have to go over to Europe to do it. I'd encourage her to play volleyball or something like that. Go play beach. If you have a tall daughter who could jump and good athlete, I'd encourage her to play volleyball. You can make a lot of money in beach volleyball, or the U.S. and the U.S. team, you get a salary. But I wouldn't even encourage it. Who'd want it? You want it? That's a shame, Rob, that you've got these girls that want to be basketball players, and you got mothers and fathers over there, that girls, and these girls, I don't want to encourage them to play in this cesspool of a league.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd turn them towards another sport.
I'd definitely deter them. Yes, I would definitely deter them, or like just say after college, that's it. Do something else.
But they really are discouraging girls to play basketball, high school and grade school girls to play basketball, because they don't want to end up in this league where it's just physical and it's
the example they're setting. So if you see if you see a grade school game, 7th, 8th grade school game, when the girl goes up and hammers one of the players, she's going, well, that's what I saw Chennedy do. That's what I saw Carter do. That's what I saw Angel Reese do.
And Rob, I've heard this from another woman who played D1 college basketball. She said that she was straight and the lesbians gave her a hard time and got out of the environment because she didn't like it. And then we know Candace Wiggins said she retired 2 years earlier than she was originally going to, because they gave her such a hard time for being straight. So there's other things going on in this league, and it needs to stop. They need to control the behavior of the women. And, you've got all sorts of mafia connections for Connecticut, South Carolina, LSU, Tennessee. They seem to control the league. Again, that's a turnoff to anyone who didn't go to those schools.
Right.
So, and it's a turnoff to fans of other universities. Like you got the Iowa fans who were upset because UConn, the University of Connecticut, basically kept Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team because they have control of the league. Mm-hmm. So that's turning off fans. Everything about this league is turning off fans. I don't know how much stronger I could say it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, let us know what you think. This is Saturday. We're taping this on Saturday, and we have a game tonight with the Lynx. And, another example of a very unlikable coach, the delightful coach, Cheryl Reed.
She's delightful, Mark. She's a delightful coach.
But it's a big game for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, and I want you to join us. It's going to be from 8 o'clock on NBA TV. And our normal live show is every Monday from 6 to 8 Eastern, and we'll talk about this, and we'll talk about football, and you can call in for that. We don't do it on major holidays, so we won't do that a week from Monday, which is Labor Day. We won't be there for that one. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. We're 2 subscribers away from 3,500. We're going for 4,000. That's a real goal right now, 4,000. So right near 3,500. And make sure you hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And feel free to make intelligent, non-insulting comments down below. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks. And there's also a link to PayPal. And we'll see you on the next video.
Peace out.